Hey guys, today's for the install bay. We have this SC430 in. We're putting a new Kenwood navigation system in it, along with a backup camera and Sirius XM. We're going to be bringing it all together using this Beat Sonic interface to retain the steering wheel controls and the factory screen. So according to the instructions that we have here, we have to set up this radio before we take it out of the dash. This is really important in order for it to retain the factory system. This particular one has a Mark Levinson system. We're going to integrate into that. But we need to set the radio up for that integration. So it's telling us we need to go in and set the bass at 0, the mid at 0, treble at 0, balance 0. So basically zero out the head unit before we can start. It also says that we need to turn the volume up to about 50%.
You know we'll be there and build Ford vehicles to
So about right there. So now we can go ahead and safely remove the radio, and the amp will be set up for what we're going to do to it. Take a look and see what comes in the Beat Sonic box. So it looks like we have some instructions. We have two little pieces of black plastic and a silver piece of trim, along with the interface if you want to retain, if you want to add video to the top screen, and also the master wiring harness. So the instructions walk you through how to remove the radio from its factory mounting harness. This particular radio has this cool door that motorizes over the radio like this. So we're going to retain that when we do our installation. So why don't we go ahead and get this all removed and attached to our new radio. So now that we're done with getting this all attached, it came with these two little pieces here that are going to snap into place once we get the radio in the dash. Let's get on to the wiring harness. Alright, so taking a look at the harness, basically what we have is a left and right input. We have a ground, we have a yellow, a red, an orange, and a blue, and that's pretty much it as far as the wiring goes. Now this is just kind of course we're going to clean this up and make it look a little more streamlined. So we have to take the multifunction display screen out to get to the harness behind it so we can plug in the RCA so that we can have dual zone video, meaning the radio we're putting in, you can stream the DVD onto a secondary screen, which we can use this for. So they've supplied us with this guy right here. This is an RCA female. And it also has two female ends on it that need to be plugged into this harness here. Now they go into great detail as far as where they need to go and what wires it needs to be next to, thankfully, on the instructions. So according to the instructions, it needs to go next to a pink black. So the white wire here is going to snap into this pink black here, and then the black wire is going to snap in down here. Now with this type of plug, we need to pry this up a little bit so that we can insert this in and then snap that down. Now we also want to be able to make sure that we have video while in motion. In order to do that, they tell us we need to cut and ground the white red wire, which is pin 4, which is this guy right here, and then we need to cut and cap off the red black wire, which is pin 15, which is right below it. So we're going to go ahead and cut this one. We're going to ground it to this bar up here, and we're just going to cap off both these ends here. Now they also provide us with this guy here, which is a video extension. So this plugs into here and will allow it to run down to the radio. So the only thing we're going to do is go ahead and add a little piece of shrink wrap to it, so that it doesn't rattle apart or anything like that, and it'll stay put for years to come. Okay, so since we have all this out, we're going to go ahead and also mount the new radio's GPS antenna, because we have all this easy access room.
For this install, we want to do the EcoMaster license plate backup camera. So we want to start it to take the license plate off. going to find the reverse wire. So we're gonna tap it right here. And all right, put it on. And take it out.
You're out.
And that's our reverse wire. So
So a lot of times when we're working on these cars, sometimes, older cars like this, we find that there's other problems that, we just stumble across. In this case, there's a factory subwoofer right here, and it's pretty much done. There's no surround left on it at all. So we're gonna ask the customer if they want to go ahead and replace it. It's not supposed to be like that. Alright, so as we found out earlier, the factory sub is destroyed. As you can see, you can see my workbench through it for, so there's nothing left of this bad boy. And we're going to replace it with this guy here. This is a kicker comp R. What we have to do is we need this mount. Now this mount, of course, is made for this speaker, and we're pretty sure it's not going to work with this one. And it's really close. I mean, it's pretty close, but not close enough. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a new one of these so that we can mount this woofer into the hole and retain all the factory bolts. Now for this, we're going to use some expanded PVC. It's basically stuff we get called Sentra. Okay, so once you get to this point here where it's just kind of loosely fit in the dash, everything's plugged in, you want to stop and test it and make sure everything works. Because nothing sucks worse than getting it all in and something doesn't work. So that's what we're going to do now. We got everything kind of loosely in here. We're going to go ahead and test it out.
I got the lights up, so go and take a hit, dip, drip, one, sip for the fifth.
Alright, so with the Beat Sonic piece, what you have is you don't have direct steering wheel controls like you'd think of it. You have volume up and volume down, and what it's doing is it's moving the volume up and down in the factory Mark 11 amplifier. So essentially you set a volume on the radio, and then you can control it from here. It's not actually moving the volume up and down. You also don't get functionality of track up and track down. It's just how it is. But you do get volume control, and you get to retain the factory screen up top. You get full control, so you don't lose any of your information. Your oil change and all that fun stuff all stays put. So that's a big plus. They bought a new navigation system here. If not, the old navigation would still work, so that's cool. You can also screen mirror. If your radio has the ability to do video out, it will do it up top by holding the mode button. And of course we put in the backup camera, the Sirius XM. We mounted the Sirius XM up here, if we didn't show that earlier. Backup camera. We got a good backup camera all set and ready to go there. That pretty much wraps it up. All the doors are still closed, so you can lock it all up and make it look hidden. And with that, we're going to bring this one to a close. So, if you've got one of these SC430s, it doesn't matter what year. They make two harnesses. I believe the cutoff is from 02 to 04 and then 05 on up. They're basically the same harnesses. They're basically the same modules. It just has to do with which harness you need for at the top screen. With that being said, we're going to call this one a night. You guys know where to find us: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Don't forget Mondays we do the Facebook Live show, so you're going to want to check that out. It's real fun. It's 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. You guys ask questions and we answer them as fast as we can. Otherwise, you guys have a great night, and we will see you later next time. Bye.